Hello, familia. Welcome. My name is MagdalineJanet. If you are new, welcome to the fam. Please don't forget to like and subscribe because we're always here having a good time. And come visit me on TikTok and Insta because I'm there daily. And of course, welcome back to my oldies but goodies. You guys, finally, I could review this. I was waiting for it for such a long time. It legit doesn't look like my shade, but we're going to disregard that part. If you're not familiar, Essence is a very affordable makeup brand. I swear everything's like under $10. This foundation, it's $6.99. I mean, nothing is $6.99 at the drugstore, especially when it comes to foundations. I always think anything at the drugstore under $10, we're kind of good. You know, we're on par, but you know, I'm gonna do is a full day wear test. You guys know I have oily skin. So on this side, the left side, I am going to use this primer. It's the new L'Oreal matte primer. And then on the other side, we won't use primer. You guys know I usually do a 2-day wear test, but I figured, well, actually right now it's really busy. So I have like a bunch of foundations and things to review. And I figured this one, I could do a 1-day wear test and we'll have a good idea, especially because it's $7. What do you think about that? Let me know how you like the reviews. Do you like the 2-day reviews or the 1-day reviews? Does the cost matter when it comes to like how many days I'm going to review it? Let me know because lately what I've been doing with skin tints, I do like a whole day wear test. So just let me know. Okay, let's let this dry down because you know we always want to let our primer dry down for a couple of minutes before we go on with foundation. So BRB. All right, familia, let's do the dang thing. I'm kind of scared. Oh, by the way, I did do my skincare before I put the primer on. I put my sunscreen, all that jazz, and then here we are, half the skin primed. Oh, you could hear it's watery. Always want to shake your foundations. Make sure everything's mixed up. It comes with a nice handy dandy pump. Now let's see this shade. Ooh, warm. Wow, this is warm. And I feel like this was the only shade that would match me. Ooh. Okay, this, I know what I'm gonna do. Wow, this mattifying primer is like legit. So it's really adhering and sticking down to the skin. It has this thin texture, and it's like, you see, it's kind of like attaching to the skin. So this thing's not gonna move, at least it feels like it, because I'm looking real oompa loompa. I'm gonna get this elf blue and I'm gonna dot it here to cool this foundation out. I don't know how this is gonna work. Then the way I'm gonna do that is I got a little bit more foundation and then we're just gonna mix it in. And I don't want to put too much of the blue because I, don't want to really change the texture on our nose, the texture of the foundation, So just a little bit will work. And yeah, it's working. Now I'm gonna get my little spongy. This sponge is damp, it's not wet. And I'm just going to smooth everything out. I really like to place foundation with my hand, really rub it in and then go in with the sponge. What has a scent? Is it this? I'm smelling perfuminess. I don't know if it's this or the primer. I think it's the primer. Okay, I mean, this color's janky, like very much, but I kind of like, look at the smoothness. It kind of reminds me of the House Labs. It attaches to the skin and it's radiant with coverage. The shade will always throw things off, and I feel like it kind of changes my thoughts. I don't know why. Well, yeah, because I'm looking real orange, yellow. So, okay. I don't know what to think. This shade's really crazy. I'm going to apply some of this, mix it on my hand, and apply this side with the brush. And then I'll give you all the info about this. The new Essence Keep Me Covered Long Lasting Foundation comes in 15 shades. I am in the shade 150 Neutral Tan. This retails for $6.99. This is a natural looking long lasting coverage foundation with a super soft formula that provides medium to high coverage, seamlessly melt into the skin, giving your complexion an even and healthy skin. Wears up to 16 hours. It's vegan and I purchased mine at Ulta. Okay, you guys. It's currently 6:55 in the AM. I kind of like this. Like, I'm not mad at it. I think if you add a good bronzer, like this will work. The shade, of course. But look, I like the primer side just because it's radiant. It's a little more matte. I feel like it attached to the skin better. The non-primer side is good. It's cute, but I just see that slight difference. I mean, I don't know. So what I typically do when it comes to foundation reviews, I'll let the foundation dry down for about 10 to 20 minutes, depending on the time. I'll probably do 10 minutes to see how it dries down without concealer or any powders. So BRB, it's been about, I don't know, 12 minutes, 15 minutes. Let's touch. Yeah, it dried down. I could feel it. I'm really yellow here. Dang. So this is the primer side. The non-primer side is not as dry, but it's stuck down to the skin. Like this thing, it ain't moving. Cause look, no primer, but ooh, that radiance and primer. The forehead's a little more radiant, but not this area versus here. This shade's so much better. My mixing skills were better here, but I wanted us to still keep the texture of the formula. Of the foundation. So I see that Ulta has these in stores now. I'm gonna try to go today and grab another shade. Just swatch it for you at the end of the day so we get hopefully a better shade, because I find that this one was the best one. So anyway, let me put some concealer and be back. So because we're a little bit on the yellow side, I'm going to use this Oma Beauty translucent powder in the shade Light. It has a color, so it will help neutralize this foundation. Wow, this setting powder really did it for us, because look how neutralized it did. It made our skin. Like I've mentioned before, powders can make or break a lot of situations. If you ever have a very warm foundation, if you throw on a powder that has a little bit of a tint, not too much, it kind of acts like a neutralizer and sort of, not foundation because it's not a foundation powder, but it will neutralize and change the color of your foundation. So if you ever find yourself with, I don't know, what we were stuck with right now, something that doesn't really match, but it's what you have working with, have on hand a powder that has a bit of a tint to it. This is what I use to bake my under eyes. Maybelline. I said Maybelline's. Maybelline has this Fit Me powder that has a bunch of shades, and you can like have this one as a backup in case, you want to neutralize it. Because look, the skin looks good. It's still warm, but oh, look, this is primer. No primer. Oh, okay. I think we have something here. Oh my God, I'm so excited. So what I'm going to do is finish up the face. Actually going to add a cool tone bronzer, my favorite one, because we're a little bit warm. That will also help neutralize things. And now we're back. All right, fam, lista to conquer the day. I straightened my hair. I'm like, I rarely straighten my hair, but okay. So my lip is NYX Parfait. I don't know, I was just feeling a little bit of color today. And I think I put too much bronzer because my blush is kind of melting in and it looks kind of gray. Does it look gray to you? I feel like it does, but it's okay. That's not what we're here. Look at this foundation. So I like the foundation. I think it looks really good. And after setting with powder, putting bronzer and blush, it looks good. I think everything went on very, very smoothly. The foundation, like you guys saw, it dried down. So it definitely feels like it will last all day. You guys know we're going to do at least a 11 or 12 hour wear test today. You guys know I have oily skin. So what I kind of like about this is that it's not a matte foundation. It's radiant, but it sticks onto the skin. Whether you have oily skin or dry skin, that's a good foundation because if it adheres to the skin, it's going to last a lot longer than something radiant that kind of moves and really doesn't dry down. Pleasantly surprised how this foundation is working considering it's $7. That's the shades for me, but we kind of go in knowing the drugstore, it's real funky and you have to buy like 3 shades to figure it out. But let's go in front of the window so you guys can see how this looks in daylight. You know what? Let's go get coffee. I'm gonna treat myself today. Yeah, let's go. Meet you in the car. You guys, I'm freezing. It is so cold. I mean, I know it's not cold for my East Coast peeps, but I'm freezing. So I got my cafecito. I went back to Civil LA. It's a vanilla oat milk, like salted latte. And it costs more than this foundation. But let's look at this foundation. It looks good. You can see a little bit of texture. You'll always see texture. Yeah, you see my blush looks gray, but it's okay. Oh, and I added a little bit of brown to my lip. I feel like I needed a little more dimension. I think it looks good. I'm pretty mattified, which is a good thing. And we have good coverage. It doesn't look as yellow, huh? Just wanted to show you in daylight how it looks, and not too shabby. Okay, Jam, I'm back. Oh my God, it is 6:30. We've had the foundation on 12 hours, but you know, I did get some footage at around 2 o'clock to show you how the skin was looking. Here on the left side is the side with primer on. I feel like it looks good, a tad bit matte. And then on the other side is the no primer side. It looks very similar to the primer side. Slightly glowier, but it's very small. This skin, I will say, looks good. This foundation, not moving, like at all. Look, this is the primer side. This is the non-primer side. At this point, you can really see the difference of the non-primer side because we're oily, but it doesn't look bad. We're just a lot more radiant on this side versus the primer side. And you guys, I got some more shades. I want to show you here on my hand. I did some swatches when there was sunlight. I feel like Buff, which is the one to the far left, is the closest because it did oxidize a little bit. And actually, now that we're here, let me tap my face to show you guys. As I swatch them, let's talk about the foundation. I think the foundation is a good foundation. It's literally doing exactly what the description says. Pigmented, long-lasting foundation. This foundation truly does go the 16 hours, it says. And it's $7. So it's performing exceptionally for the price. You know what I'm saying? So look, I want to show you here on my hand, and then let me swatch them on my face. It's going to be on top of this makeup, but you know, you get the gist here. 110. Medium, and then the one we used. I thought Buff was a little bit better, but it's not. It oxidizes a little bit, but if I mix Buff and Neutral Tan, I think that would be the perfect shade. It still will be warm though. So do I like the foundation? Yes. Does it work? Yes. We can get that with our shade, you know, with a lot of drugstore foundations, like the L'Oreal Infallible does the same thing. There are options to this. If you are my skin tone and you want this foundation, I would say just use the color corrector, you're good. Or if you want this foundation, I would say mix Buff and Neutral Tan together and you would get more of your complexion, because I saw them at Ulta, they all run warm, so that's just the issue with Essence. Overall, I think the skin looks good. I definitely don't look gastada, and let me know your thoughts. Have you picked these up? Are you planning on? Let me know. You guys know we're always chit-chatting, and this is it. I hope you enjoyed this review, and thank you so much for all the love and support you always show me. I truly appreciate it. I love you guys so much. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, click the button right there, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.